All right. Have you ever been monitoring a net and you're having a hard time hearing somebody that's trying to call into it? You can hear the repeater just fine. And so 99% of the people on the net, you're hearing them clear, you're getting good signal from the repeater, but there's one that's really scratchy and out there in the static. Well, in just a minute, I'll let you know one trick that you can use to help see if you can hear them a little bit better. Before I get to that, I want to thank you for stopping by. Make sure to like and subscribe so you can see more content like this. Share this with your friends. We talk all about emergency communications, amateur radio, GMRS, all things radio and communications related, emergency power, satellite internet, DMR and digital radio is kind of in the scope that we're looking at. And we're looking to talk about Meshtastic and other fun things like that here in the future too. So please check back soon and see what else we've got. I've been working on a series here of reviews of the KG-935H by Wouxun. They had sent me this radio to review, which, by the way, thank you very much. I've been really enjoying this. It's a tri-bander, and I discovered I have seen this feature on radios before. This is not the first time I've seen the feature. This is probably one of the easiest in an HT that I have found it. I kind of tripped across the feature, and I was listening to a net, and one individual, they were kind of in the static. It was hard to hear them. And so, for instance, let's see here, I'm tuned to a frequency. This is actually the Mount Mitchell repeater. And you can see that's the frequency. And let's say, for instance, this is where we're monitoring the net. And then that one person comes in that's kind of scratchy, and you don't know if they're near you, if they're, a long way away. But if you listen on the input frequency of the repeater instead of the repeater frequency, you might hear them if they're close to you. So let's say they were just kind of, 2 miles down the road from you, but they're behind a hill in relation to the repeater. So they can't quite hit the repeater as well as you can, but they're close to you. So you reverse the frequency. I've seen this feature a lot, but how can you do that like that? I think the Yaesu mobile that I've got does that with a push of a button. Great. I've never seen a handheld that was this easy. I could have just missed it because I haven't actually looked for this feature. But I was playing around the other day, and I was listening to the net, and I hit this button down here, which is the one to scan. And what? We changed to 144.59. Well, wait a minute. That's 600 kilohertz below. That's the input frequency of the repeater at 145.19. Quick and easy way to get the input on the repeater. Just a single short press of the button and you toggle back and forth. In fact, you'll see the little R up there in the icons when I do that. I thought this was a really nifty feature. I think I found it because I was listening to the net and I kind of lost patience and was about to scan, which is what that button does when you do a long press. But I've discovered a neat feature of doing this short press. So if you need to try and see if somebody's close to you, which can be handy for a number of reasons, hit that scan button with a short press or a star, if you want to think of it as that, and you'll get the input frequency. Why would you want to do this? Well, let's say you have a simplex net. Let's say you have a repeater outage. It would be nice to know which people that you communicate with frequently are close. And so when we have the blue sky day and you've got the repeater up and everybody is able to talk, you hit the reverse and you listen in and see, okay, well, Bob, I can hear from here. I can hear him transmitting. I can hear Susie. I can hear Charlie. I can't hear Dave. I can't hear Tom. And so you start to get an idea of what a simplex network would look like and who you could communicate with point to point if the repeater were down. And so it can be handy for that too. And so for all things like that, take notes, whether it's on your phone or a notepad. I like doing both just in case. But that's kind of an advanced tip. I know there's a local group here where I live that they do a simplex net once a week so that they can, know how to pass information along from one part of the chain to another if the repeater were down. And I think that's a really good thing to practice. Really good stuff. In any case, have you ever hit the input frequency so you can listen in and try and help somebody that's not able to get into a net on the repeater and relay that information? Have you taken part in simplex nets before? That's really kind of an interesting approach. Uh, how have you practiced your emergency communication skills, and where does this fit into the toolkit of locating those that are close to you? Comment about this below. I'd love to hear your experiences. Thanks for stopping by. You all take care, and I will see you again soon. Thanks.